Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Wednesday, October 3rd, 2012. This is Texan TV News from Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas, and I am Katherine Gibbs. In today's headlines, the NYPD is using Facebook to track down deadly gangs. In Hong Kong, a boat collides with a ferry, killing 36. 2 teenage girls are killed in an Amarillo hit-and-run. An SUV full of teens crashes through a Dublin home. On campus, burglaries are up. And in sports, Greenberg signed a 1-day contract. According to the Associated Press, New York police officers are using Facebook to track the movements of 2 local gangs, the Very Crispy Gangsters and the Rockstars. Each has been involved in deadly turf wars in Brooklyn and has posted victories on the public page. Authorities believe many smaller and younger gangs have been using Facebook to boast about their exploits in the city. This has given the police some evidence and leads that could be used in cases against the gang members, with more and more gangs not as publicly known using the internet to threaten and brag about their conquests. New York Police Commissioner Raymond Kelly has decided to monitor those gangs more closely on Facebook to watch their movements. Kelly believes that by capitalizing on the irresistible urge of these suspects to brag about their murderous exploits on Facebook, the officers' efforts will be closely regulated and professional to finally get a break in the gang wars case. In international news, the AP reports that a recreational boat in China collided with a ferry and sank off Hong Kong, killing at least 36 passengers. The boat was believed to be on its way to Victoria Harbor to celebrate China's National Day and the Mid-Autumn Festival when the collision occurred. The location of the crash was off the southwestern coast of Hong Kong Island. About 100 people were rescued from the boat, and some were taken to the hospital for unknown injuries. The rescue teams had a hard time locating the bodies due to low visibility, and it was reported that children were also found in the water. Hong Kong's Beijing-installed chief executive Leung Chun-ying stated that all of Hong Kong's emergency forces are focused here. Wide-ranging rescue work is being carried out on the sea, land, and in the air. Unfortunately, even with these efforts, they still have yet to find the cause of the crash. The ferry was found to be operated by the Hong Kong and Kowloon Ferry Company. In Texas news, 2 refugee families in the Texas Panhandle mourned the loss of their teenage daughters. Both girls were victims of a hit-and-run accident. The Associated Press reports that both girls were natives of Tanzania. They had become friends while living in Amarillo and were known for walking everywhere together. Police told the Associated Press that the teenagers were walking to one of their homes after they had been eating with her brother around 8 p.m. Sunday, when the pickup truck of 19-year-old Guillermo Flores struck the 2 teenagers. Flores was arrested and jailed on Tuesday with a $100,000 bond on 2 counts of causing an accident involving death. There was not a lawyer listed for Flores at this time. The Amarillo Globe News reported that Flores fled the scene of the accident, but his family turned him over to the police. Police do not believe that alcohol was a factor in this accident. According to the Stephenville Empire Tribune, a Dublin family woke to an SUV full of teenagers crashing through their home and into their children's room. The family usually spends weekend evenings watching movies or playing games, and this past weekend, they decided to watch a movie together in their son's room, and the couple fell asleep on a mattress they had placed on the floor. The impact took out 2 rear walls, one which was found smashed at the box springs and mattress in the next room. However, their middle son, who was 4, was asleep in his bed when the forerunner came through the wall where his bed was. A neighbor heard the crash, and then a few minutes later heard something in their dumpster outside. According to the neighbor, his husband used the light from his lighter to illuminate the inside of the dumpster and found a girl covered in blood. Dublin police have yet to release information on the cause of the accident due to the ongoing investigation. In campus news, the number of burglaries are up, sex offenses are down, and students are more likely to be jailed for liquor law violations, according to the university's most recent release report. Burglaries have more than doubled from 2010 to 2011, and for the first time in 2 years, there have been no sex offenses. In 2010, there were 3, and in 2011, there were none. Students are more likely to be jailed for liquor law violations, according to the 2011 statistics from the Cleary Report. The number of disciplinary actions taken against liquor law violations has dropped, and arrests have increased. The Cleary Report covers crime throughout the end of 2011. During the first 9 months of 2012, Tarleton recorded 30 burglaries on campus. 11 were burglaries of habitation, 15 were burglaries of a vehicle, 3 were burglaries of a building, and 1 was burglary of a coin-operated machine. For the year 2011, there were 21 burglaries reported. In an interview this summer, Tarleton Police Chief Justin Williams said that students can do 3 things to protect their property from being stolen. The most important tip is to lock their doors, says Williams. Burglaries are generally crimes of opportunity, he explained. If there is no opportunity, then there will hopefully be no crime committed. The second tip is to mark your property with your name and write down serial or model numbers for your own records. So if the object stolen is found, they can identify it as stolen and hopefully return it. The last tip is to know people in your surroundings. The Clery Act is a federal law requiring all institutions of higher education that participate in federal student financial aid programs to disclose information about crime on their campuses and in the surrounding communities. And sports news. The Associated Press reports that Adam Greenberg signed a one-day contract to play Tuesday night as a pinch hitter in the Marlins game against the New York Mets, who plan to start 20-game winner R.A. Dickey. The game was Greenberg's first since he stepped to the plate for his major league debut in 2005 and was hit in the back of the head by the first pitch he saw, a 92-mile-per-hour fastball that derailed his career. Greenberg said at a pregame news conference, "I want to show everyone I can play, although you can never really truly do that in one at-bat, especially if it ends up being against Dickey." He suffered a concussion that caused vision problems, vertigo, and headaches lasting hours at a time, and it was nearly 2 years before he regained full health. Today's forecast is sunny with a high near 82 with winds blowing south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Today's broadcast was produced by Kelly Wolf, Paul Falgren, and Sam Norman. You can follow us on ustream.tv/user/Texan News Service. Don't forget to tell your friends about us and become a fan of Texan TV News on Facebook. I am Catherine Gibbs. Tune in tomorrow for the latest news from Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville.